Hey everybody, it's Miriam here at Paperwheelz. Back again for another of the 100-day videos. I'm on day 90, maybe 5, I think. Maybe it's 96. I'm not real sure, honestly. However, today I want to do what I'm calling tag tabs. I know Toni did a video similar, which gave me the idea. I have all these little tiny tags here. Pulling some out, because I don't necessarily, you know what? I might pull from those, but only if I run out of tags, which I really don't think I will, because look at all these. I have all of these, and I have more. I'm not done yet, folks. I have a little bit bigger ones down in here that I thought would work as well. I have these, came with my Heidi swap order, but I'm going to reserve those for other projects. However, I have these shorter tags here. I don't use a lot of them. And then I have these. So I have a couple ideas here. We're going to turn these into tabs that we could either use on the top of a pocket, on the side of a page, really anywhere you would want to put them. So we got quite a stash here. I'm going to do a couple of each kind because you know me, I always get way more than, you know what, that's just hanging there. We'll turn you into one too. And why not you guys too? We'll just turn y'all into tags or tabs. So, got all these pieces here. This is what from one of Margaret's kits. I don't want to turn that one into a tab because that's a beautiful tag there with space at the bottom. You could add writing or stamping or all kinds of goodies. So, this is what we'll stick with today. I'm not going to even get anything out of that label drawer there because those are going to be too big. This one wants to participate, but yeah, I think it's too skinny. We're not going to do it. So, what I want to do with the larger pieces is, thank goodness I grabbed scissors here. So I have a little flag punch that I have a bunch of pieces from scraps that I just shook all over my table. Okay, we'll see if we can't use a few of those. That's a bigger piece there, so let's pull that flag out. What's on the other side? Ah, I don't know. Something that was cut off. I have, he's going to be too big, but I have a bunch of little people things here that would work on some of the bigger ones, maybe. And I have my can of tiny snippet pieces. And I have a drawer labeled snippets, but for some reason I have all kinds of label-like things down here, especially toward the bottom. I'm going to pull this middle section out because somehow it's all bigger stuff that we probably won't use a lot of. But it's there if I need to pull from it. More biggers. So we'll scoot those over. I don't need these bigger pieces for now. And now I have all these other pieces here that I can pull from. Okay, so we're just going to get decorating, y'all. Let's start with a brown one. I'm going to... Ooh, Miriam, you didn't cut that very straight at all. You can tell by looking at it. Once I picked it up, this piece is not... Pretty sure it's not straight. We're going to cut it because it looks very crooked to me, and we're going to make it straight. Okay. And now I'm just going to take a little tiny corner off. Just nip the little corner. Just give it a little snip. Little snip. And then you have like rounded corners. And you didn't even use your corner rounder. Okay, I do have my Distress ink here. So I'm going to ink my corners to get started, and then I thought maybe I could pick out something to use here. I also have more labels that I'm looking in I have my little drawers in front of me. This is a set here, and I put them right in front of me so that I could just, if I need them, I can just pull them toward me and pull out whatever I've got. So I know that I have a bunch of little, these are tiny little ticket stickers, and I have a bunch of tiny floral stickers and some things like that that I can pull from here. So I have a bunch of drawers lined up in front of me that I can pull things from while we're making the tags. And you are a black and white stripe, so you just got to be used here. So let me, since I picked up a white one, I thought I picked, oh no I didn't. I picked up a brown one. The white one got pushed up here. Let's see where my dauber is. I need a couple other daubers. I'm going to put from the side. I'm going to get a tiny little inker because it's easier for me when I'm doing small things to ink with it. Anyway, let me use this little inker for a little bit. Let me get it inked up good here. And then we'll ink my tag, and while I got my dauber out, I'm going to go ahead and ink up a couple more. So like magic, I've got my little pieces all inked up here. I did want to tell you, if you have tags, my little white tags have like a shiny side and then a different sides. They're kind of coated a little bit on this side. I did take my sander and sand the edges and sanded it just a slight bit over the top so that my ink, because the ink wasn't wanting to hold ink on that side, so I sanded it and gave it a chance to a place so that the ink could stick, because ink doesn't like to stick to shiny things, shiny papers, if you have noticed that. So like magazine pages wouldn't ink quite as well as, say, copy paper, for example. It's the shininess. So I got 5 out here. I'm just going to see what I've got here and come up with 5 focal points. In fact, because they're going to be tabs, I'm going to turn them this way. And I'm just going to look through my little bins here and see if I have any small people kinds of items that would work. That definitely is going to be too large. I do have some tiny little Tim people in here and some little girls that might work on a few of these. I don't know. We'll lay a couple out. I'm not convinced, though, that I want them. I might not want them. They might be just a tiny bit too big. However, I am going to bring a few of them out here. There's a lady that's kind of shorter, or almost, yep, she's just standing there, isn't she? Thought she might be sitting down. I might help a little bit, but nope. I don't know that these are going to be ones where we're going to use people, so I guess it's going to be plants or floral focal points. So let's just pull from, which one did I put the floral things in? I think I buried it. Yes, I did. Here we go. So let's look through these and find us some focal points. All right, I got some, these Tim Holt bits. I also have some mushrooms down in here that would work for these. There we go. So I'm just kind of pulling from random things here that I happen to have in little bins on my desk. I'm not sure what that leaf is to, but it's a very pretty leaf. And I got some pretty punch flowers in here. More, there's a bunch of roses. Let's see what else. I've got some punched flowers too. And okay, we got those roses. Let's get something different. Here's pink roses. I think we have enough here to get started. This blue is just jumping at me to go on one of these blue ones, so we're gonna, that's gonna be a focal point with that one. That can be a focal point with that one. And let's use a mushroom on one of these. Let's, well, thank goodness it hit my seat and not the floor. So there we go. We got mushrooms for that one. This one's a little on the taller side, so we'll give that one some flowers. And I guess today I'm doing pretty, not grungy. So that's what we're doing. And then I have an extra little flower bit there. Let's see if we can find some flags that we could put on here with a pretty label. Yes, that one would be, I like to use the little flags on things. So let's see if we can come up with ones that will match here. That one looks like it could just go on that. This bright green one doesn't look like it could go on any of these. So let's go back to the fishbowl here, so to speak. Pull from the random pieces here. Oh, that one's kind of cool. All right, got some neutrally ones now that I think will work. I could probably do a light blue one on these, or that one would actually go there. And then we'll do a light blue on that. Why not? Because I have them. Might as well use them. Ooh, I don't know. I think I found the better one for that. Yeah. All right. So we'll lay that to the side. Now we need some small labels. Let's get our focal points down. No, I think I want the labels first. So let's get a larger label piece for each one. Let's do that. Okay, there's one. I could use one of my, actually, I think I'll use that as a base under the mushrooms. So let's just lay it with that one. If I can pick it up. Here is a round sticker bit that I created that I could use. And here's another appropriate label size. So I'm just kind of pulling those medium kind of size ones out. I don't know if you call them medium. That would match those blues perhaps. So I'm just kind of pulling from what I have here to do these. And so I'm not, I don't want tiny, tiny ones. I'm pulling a little bit bigger pieces. Here's another one of my stickers. So we'll just definitely pull the square out in a circle. All right, so now we've got some things here we can play with. Okay, and then I got my tiny little snippies here. So let's just pull this one down. And we'll start putting things down, see what we come up here with, y'all. I like this being under this. I need to ink this though. Don't forget, Miriam, if you want to ink, you got to ink the tiny little things. These are the kind of projects I remember after I've already glued it down that I wanted to ink it. Y'all ever do that? Yeah, all the time, right? I do. That's what happens when you get to be my age. You forget a lot. even simple things. And then you wonder, why did I just say or do that? And you have no clue. Just the way it goes, folks. I'm going to put this, let's put it this way. And I'm just going to kind of center it in my little piece. Yeah, that way it's not too far. And before it went down, okay, now we'll press it down good. It is one of those stickers that I used spritz and sprays with a long time ago. And if you want to see that, it's in Spritzes and Sprays 100-Day Video Challenge playlist. Excuse me, 100-Day Project playlist. Okay, this is the one we inked, so let's pull this back over here and pick a flag to go. I kind of like that. And let's pick a label for on here to put with our... We've got that label. Do we need another? I don't think we do. But because I just flipped that... Oh, no, it's in my lap. I was going to say, because I just flipped it on the floor, which I thought I was going to, but I didn't. What if... This one jumped in my lap. What if I trim it and use it on here? Where's my scissors? Let's trim this up a bit so that it's a little... And then we'll start gluing. Don't know how many of these I'll get done on film, but I have a bunch of things out. So if I don't get a lot done on my video today, I always continue to work with them after my videos, and I try to post a photo at the end, or like I did the flip through with yesterday's. At the end, I just did a final flip through so you all could see what it looked like. Some things you see me do so many times, or another creator do, like inking. It's silly to show you all the inking that... So I tend to cut those parts out because you don't need to have them. You know how to ink if you want it by now. And if you don't, then you'll see how I ink in the beginning of things. When I start the inking, I usually don't cut every single inking out, so you can see how I do it. And this is just Fabri-Tac glue, same as Fabrifix, only this is Aleene's version. And I put it in this little bottle I got off of Amazon. It's not as pinpoint as a needle, so it's easier for me to squeeze the glue out of it. And I've just added some acetate to make it thinner. Okay, so we have that on there. Where is our flower? Where did our flower get shuffled to? I picked it back up. That's not it. I know I picked that thing up, and you guys are probably screaming, right there it is, there it is. Oh, come on. Well, just because I picked it up doesn't mean it didn't go on the floor again, so I guess I'm using you on this. You haven't been inked, so we'll use you until I run into the other one. Nope, nope, nope. Oh well, that happens in my craft room. Things disappear, but they always reappear eventually. It's usually stuck to the bottom of something or on the floor by the time I need it. Let's see, have we laid that? Oh yeah, we'll lay that right across like that. And then maybe a teeny tiny addition to this. I didn't put a flag on it, did I? Oh well, that's all right. And I just found a sticker that I'm going to go back and add to the phone book journal. Check this one out. I got to put this... Oh, there's a tiny butterfly. That would be pretty on these. I just found this in my little snippets, so I got to lay that baby aside and not lose it. Call collect. Keep dropping it. Try this one more time. There you go. The Call Collect sticker. We'll put that right over there. And I'm going to add that to that phone book journal. Because I can. And I think that would be really cool. I was thinking as I was creating it, it's a shame I don't have something with a phone number on it. If I run into one, I'll pull it and go back and add it. I've also got this tiny little butterfly. I don't know if it would be. I don't think it would be. This tab suddenly turned into a tab that could be put on the left side of the page somehow. I think it's just the way I laid it. No worries. I know this is a tiny little sticker, but can't get it started here. Where's a straight pen? Always keep one handy. Hiding over here. These daubers need something on them so that they stick to my glass mat. Because my glass mat has a magnetism on it, so there we go. Got it. That always works when you use your straight pen. Get it up out of there, and I think we're going to put you right here. Hold those down good. Got a little bit of sparkle, and yeah, it's a little on the cutesy side, but I like cutesy, so there we go. That'll be beautiful in a journal. Let's do the mushrooms one next, because we already got this base we will put on here to make this white tag look grungy looking. Let's see. Pretty sure it just is a good, we even up and center it. Pretty sure this will fit right in this spot. If I can get it, let's turn it this way to even it. If I get this stuck down here straight. There we go. Okay, so now we have a grungy looking one. We're going to put some mushrooms and a label or two on here. This one's got to have a flag, I know that. And I think I'll put the histology label laying here beside me. It's going to go on here. And let's just use this little tag there, if it looks right. Not. I've got another one right here. Just inking the white edges. Okay. We want ink a flag or two here. Okay, we'll give it a little ink. Then it'll be ready to go, whatever I put it on. These are just punched out of random things that were in our scrap box. Okay, where'd my histology sticker go? Or piece, here you are. Things go upside down and then it's hard to find them. Okay, let's get you. Oh, there's that piece that I inked up. So now I got my other piece back. I told you it would reappear, didn't I? Don't go near the edge of the table, please. Okay, let's get the mushrooms down. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this because I think I want to put it on before I put the mushrooms. So let's put it on here. Yeah, and while I've got it, I'll lay those mushrooms down there. Upside down, that glue's not going to dry that quickly. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my flag here. And before my sticker decides it doesn't want to stick anymore. No, it doesn't want to stick, but before it sticks down, that's what I should say. Why did I say it doesn't want to stick anymore? See, that's one of those things you say, and it's like, why did I just say that? That slid on me, but I kind of like where it slid to. So we're going to leave it there. And I'm going to come in and put my mushroom on here. There we go. And another little snippy or two, and we'll call this baby done. And I'll have 2 done in 45 minutes. A lot of it was prepping for things, though, I know. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, I got this little interest one. I might just have to use that because I like it. Here's a tiny little square. Here's another tiny little square. And I found my, well, I thought I found my tweezers. Pulling out some tiny little, tiny, itsy bitsy pieces. Here we go. There's some. Not too picky about exactly what they are. I'd like to get a little circle, but this one is too large. So let's see if I have some, oh, there's a little circle. I got a few little ovals. See if there's any more. I know there is down in here, tiny circles. Let's just, oh, there's another call collect. Let's just pop some of these. Oh, look at that tiny circle. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure that will be perfect on that. What are you? You are a tiny something. Well, look at that. That would be cool as well. Okay, let's see here. I think I need my tweezers to do these because they're very, very difficult to pick up. So I'm going to, I've got some tweezers here, just picking it up. I can hold it, put my glue on the back. My bottle's got the glue all ready to go there, which if you keep it to where it doesn't get air in there, it will keep your glue flowing for you. All right. No, you don't want to go that way because you'd be upside down. Put this one here. Yeah, like that. Now I can see why Toni spends hours working on these things. When she does them and grunges things up, it's just fun. Plus, when you're working with these little teeny tiny things, they're not as easy to just stick down as the bigger things. Oh, look at that. I didn't know I could do that. Wow, I'm excited now. I can do it without inking my fingers all up. I love it. I love it. Oh, let's get that little tiny bit of glue off here. I guess it's going to decide not to come there. It's still flowing good. As long as you're repeatedly working with it, it should be flowing. Okay, we're going to put you there. Okay. And then I'm going to put, let's hold that baby down a minute there. Oh, you slid. No sliding is allowed. No sliding allowed. Hold that momentarily, and we're going to put this little tiny circle right there between the two to pull them together. It might be a little hard to see on this because these are so tiny. As soon as I get this down, I'll hold it up where you can see closer. I don't have the ability during filming to zoom and zoom out because I'm using my cell phone to film, and you can't do that on a cell phone. At least if you can. I don't know how to do it while I'm filming and while it's in the filming rack that I've got it in. So only problem with these tiny little things is making sure that you don't get them upside down. Ooh, I really like this one. Just gonna slide that baby down a little bit so it doesn't cover up my mushroom. There we go. All right, number 2 is done. Get it up here where you can see it. There you go, V. And I can look at it too and see, nothing's upside down. Wonderful. I'd hate to do one and have it all be upside down, you know? All right. That one went together really fast. Let's do our blue one next. Dun, dun, dun. And we want to turn the blue one. We're going to turn it this way. Let's see, we had this. We had this pretty leaf that'll go. And what else did I... Oh, there's a blue stampy piece. And we had this piece, but I don't know that I want it anymore. I don't think I do. So let's go into the... This one's blue, so I think one of these blue trim circles would be really cool. What are you? Another tiny or little circle? Oh my goodness. It's black, but... Do that. I got this tiny little circle. Now what are we going to use? What one are we going to put behind the flower? I think this one's going to be too big. Oh yeah. Let's put it this way. Could do that. That's what I'm going to do. You know, I thought this was black around it, but the more I look at it and put it up next to that, it looks like a very dark green. So I'm going to just put some dots of glue here. And I don't need to slip anything under it, so we're just going to go ahead and put that baby right down on there. And then, how do we want to do? We need a little bit bigger blue-backed piece. Wow. Went straight in there and dove for that one, and out it came. Well, I didn't dive for it. You saw me pick it up out of that little can, didn't you? So, don't forget your inking. Did you see? I almost forgot my inking. If you're paying close attention, you would have caught that, huh? There's a nice... Let's go ink with my glue. Oh my. Never a dull moment when I'm crafting. What else are these pieces laying upside down over here? Gotta check them out. Oh, there's another blue. Okay. I just found the missing piece to my puzzle, so to speak. Let's get this. Got glue on my tweezers, we don't need that. Put this one around here, and I'm going to just come around and put it right there and hide that sideways number. I don't really care that it's sideways, but I'm going to hide it anyway. Okay, and I think I want my flower in that area. What if we put... I don't think we're going to need all these that I laid out here, huh? Let's put this one on here. Does it need inking, perhaps? We can't let it not get some. And these have enough spring. It just is amazing to me that I can ink those little things and I don't have to get ink all over my fingers. From the first few I've been working on, I ink everywhere, which isn't unusual for me, as you well know. So we got a little dot on here. Put this baby down right here. Yeah. So that's going down there. And then we need maybe, would it be too much to put the oval on the bottom? I don't know. Let's check it out and see. Oh, can we go back here and add a flag? I had this flag laid here that I thought would be perfect for this one. Let's try to add it under the, this is a, it doesn't glue as, or it doesn't dry. Oh yes, it's gonna let me. My Fabri-Tac does not dry as quickly as, say, Fabri-Fix. That's why I like it. I think it's Fabri-Tac. It's the Aleene's fabric glue that I got, so, or a form of it. I don't know if they carry more than one kind or not. I don't have the bottle in front of me to look at, so I could tell you, but okay. And what I say, the tiny little ovals next? I think so. Or do we want a big one and a tiny one? I don't think so. I think only tiny. And I'm not going to ink it. I don't think you'll notice it anyway. What are you guys? I just have to look at all these little pieces because they're just so fascinating to me. That is simply nothing. Not sure how that got back in there. I just love all these teeny tiny little pieces. Par Evian. Yeah, I already got my glue. Got distracted and wasn't sure I added glue here. Perfect. Yes, I like it. And let's see. I lost. Oh, there's my flower. Do we want to use the flower? Nah, that's too much. So let's see if the flower looks right. Once I get it on here. All together. Quit singing, Miriam. Do do do. Okay. And once I get this baby down, this one will be done. So we've got what? Three of our 5. Let's go ahead and do 1 or more here. 1 or 2 more. Let's try to do all 5. How's that sound? Or did I have 6 cut? Who knows? All right, so now we got that little cute little guy. Ooh, you seem to be perfect for this. Almost so perfect, we're going to use you. Uh-oh. There we go. Thought I got glue in there. My tweezers weren't going to open on me. Come on, go in there. There we go. Ooh, I like this. I got to use this piece too. I think they came in the Tim Holtz snippets, most of what I have out here, and just little things that I picked up along the way that I've added to that batch of stuff. The Regulator Almanac. What does that say on there? To pick it up anyway, I think, to get these off my tweezers. Just my hands are working today. The Regulator Almanac. Memoranda. There you go. I just think these little snippet bits that they had, that Tim Holtz put out, are just fabulous for this kind of stuff. Okay, we want to keep everything in. I think maybe I could use one of my own circles on this. One of my circles that I punched and stamped. That would work too. That goes in that same color scheme I'm looking at. That might be good for a little something something. And same there. Let's see what you guys are here. Make sure I'm not, wrong color. Make sure I'm not missing any little goodies. There's that piece too. All right. We need a focal point, so let's pull this one that we have. I don't think we're going to use a flag on this one. Going to put my circle toward, do I want it up here or do I want it down here? I'm going to put it on the top. There's another piece that would work well here. That's probably the piece I just had. No, they're too light, I think. Oh. Yeah. I think we'll both put it right side up. Can't read what that one is, but that's okay. All right. Let's go ahead and put our flowers on so we don't lose track of where they're going to go. Yep. Tell I'm not used to using those tweezers because I just pick things up and stick them down with my fingers. That's why I end up dropping them and have issues with glue and being in all in the wrong places. But good thing is, usually most glues you could wipe right off and you won't know it's there. And a lot of them will just rub right off. I don't know that I'm going to be able to use too many more here. I like that that's histology though. Oop, 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 oop. Yes, I think I need that. And then I need a tiny, another tiny circle of some kind. And the tiny circles, they're almost as little as a hole punch out of a piece of paper. It's amazing how tiny some of these are. That went under there a minute ago. Yeah, there we go. Some people will look at those and think that's the name for that flower. Someday down the road, maybe, if it lasts that long. What if we put you right there? I kind of like that. Okay, there you go. And then I don't know if it needs one more or not. We'll look at it once I get this on. Private collection specimen. There we go. That specimen is from my private collection. Okay. And somewhere along the line we need, I think, another circle. Maybe up here at the top. Let's try and see what this one looks like. I want to ink this one so it's a little darker around the edges. It's very, very light. Okay. Give it a dot of glue and see where you're going to go. Actually, let's get the tweezers on the other side of this. There we go. Be easier to put down, I think. Yep, that's where you're going. That's what you needed. Now you're done. Okay, that's number 4. Where is the last one we had cut? Wait. Ah, here we go. Let's go ahead and cut the corners like I did on the other one. And of course we're going to ink around it. Just putting a light ink around there. Boom, done. Okay, now we don't have a focal point for this. We have tons of labels here we can use. So we'll pull this one definitely. We'll use it. Let's see. Maybe you. This is a cool flag. I think we should use it. And I don't like you on there. Oh, this is that nice square one I pulled out earlier. So yeah, you'll go with this. You and you and you. And we've got you out here, so let's just use you. And let's just use you. All right, now we need a focal point to go with my pieces. What if we attempt one Tim Holtz person? I think I want her this way, though. Okay. Yep. She's going to go like that. Just barely hanging over the top and the bottom. I gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha. Now, I'm just going to, until I get everything where I want it, I'm just going to put some glue down the center of her. I can go back and put more on here. Besides, I don't want it. I did say center, and look what I did. I just spread that out, but I didn't go clear to the edges, and that's what I mainly wanted. Yeah, I'm not putting her down yet. She takes up a lot of room. So let's, I think I want this piece on here. So let's try putting it here, and we'll let her hang at the bottom, and maybe her feet can hang off with it. And that's, huh, sun was shining and now the rain is coming down outside. Is that not crazy? We have the funniest weather around here. Okay, now I'm gonna make sure that's straight on there. This glue gives me just enough room to wiggle if I get it on there wrong, so that's the beauty of it. There we go. That looks straight. Let's get this piece on here. It's a little different in color, but I think it'll all coordinate well once it's all done. There we go. Now we can put our lady or girl down, whichever she happens to be. I can't tell. So, and that catches her foot, so we'll bring her foot down on that flag just a little more. And let's see, can we bring her? Nope, we can't. We could do that. That kind of looks cool. But I want her back up here. So let's slide her back up. Make sure she's all the way on here. Yep, that's good. And we'll slip a piece under her if I can, under the corner of her dress here. Oop, you don't belong yet, you're already done. Oh yeah, we got it under there. Yay, it went. Do 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 do. And then you're gonna go right there. It's going together mighty nicely. Not need too much after I get this one in here. Don't want to cover my hole, so I'm going to go enough. The hole's got not covered up, just went over the hole a little bit. You know what? I think maybe a vinyl oval is all it needs. Is it too much? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what to do now. See if, oh, here we go. What's this? Will you match? I think that's it. That's going to be the one. I have a little pink flower. We could always bring that along. Maybe she needs a flower to go with her. Maybe that's why she... I don't think so. However, oh no. Too much brightness on that, huh? But I like it like it is, so we're going to leave it like it is. So we've got 1. And we have 2. You go like that. And these are all tabs that you can use in your journals made out of tags. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually got 6 done today. There we go. I don't know, does that special delivery want to go on there? It's going because it jumped on there and that brings that red out in that rose. So we're going to just go ahead and put that one on there. So you never know when you're going to be done with it. 1. Yep, perfect. I like that even better now. I needed that extra. I don't think I got the end of that, so let's give it a little dot of glue on this end. Come on. You don't want to stick, so you got to come up so I can put glue under you. There we go. All right. So we ended up with 6 tabs. Didn't we? Yes, we did. Where'd the one I just had here? Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I counted 6 a minute ago, didn't I? Well, that's what we have, y'all. Our tabs for our journals. You saw them all laying out here momentarily ago. Wherever that... Oh, it's hiding up here somewhere. Anyway, we had 6 laying here a few minutes ago, so... I thought we did anyway. All right, so that's what we've got. I hope you all have enjoyed my video. And come back for my next video. And I hope you get your tabs out and create some tags for yourself. And you will have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye for now, everybody. Hey, Sharon. I'm done. I know I counted. I did that one and that one. That one, that one, that one. I thought I had a white one out here.